right, so first of all, before we start, I just want to say, this is why you don't invite visitors to your house. Because even when they come and they bring drink, they want to finish the drink. See, we've not started the episode, but our guest has been drinking all the drinks, even the one that he brought.
Yeah.
I told him, I said, this is sip and talk, not drink and talk. You have to go slow. Sip, sip. On that note, hi, my name is Kel.
My name is Ife.
And this is Valentine.
Hi.
And this is Sip and
We are
Talk.
sides.
This is our tradition, we clink.
Oh,
Yeah.
Clink, clink.
cheers.
Clink, clink. Clink, clink.
So I should make eye contact.
Anywho, what are we talking about today? It's actually something quite serious, though. Seeing that we're three very seriously unserious individuals.
I like that. Seriously unserious.
So
I like
I'm the
that.
serious and they're the unserious.
No.
You're the worst of the bunch.
There you
The
go.
worst of the bunch.
You're the one who said we outside. Literally.
So we're going to talk about bullying.
Ooh,
And-
child.
Bruh.
Especially in the adulthood.
Yes. First of all, I just want to say I hate bullies.
Yeah, me
especially
too.
when I watch movies and I see kids bullying kids.
Oh my
I
goodness.
want to go and square up and fight them.
Yeah.
Man. Like if somebody ever bullied my kid, I wouldn't lie, either you or your parents, somebody's going to catch hands.
It has to be the
Because
parents.
Nah.
Because the kids learnt it
I
from
won't
somewhere.
Lie, I'm not above. Have you watched Modern Family?
Yeah.
Where Lily was being bullied and Cameron just went and jacked up a kid.
No, I
If you watch my child
Oh, my
again,
days.
I feel like that might be me.
That's
Yeah.
Just jack up the child and say,
Oh
no,
my goodness.
try it again. You will
Probably
sleep
get
in
into
your house.
trouble,
and-
but I know it'll be fulfilling.
But bullying is wrong.
I hate
Absolutely.
I feel like there's no age that excuses bullying. Like it's wrong on so many levels. In fact,
Absolutely.
last night I saw a show. It was what Squid Game. You know this new.
Yes, but I
Yeah.
haven't watched this recent one.
I saw two bullies there, and they just triggered me like on so many levels. You know when you're rooting so hard for somebody to be evicted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you bullied as a kid?
I was. Oh wow!
Why?
I didn't think it was going to come to me so quick.
But you
Well, yeah,
you said
I
it
was.
triggers you.
Yeah, it
So
triggers me.
chances are that you were a bully.
So first of all, true story, and I feel like we're going to be unpacking a lot in this show.
Let's do it.
True story. I was bullied as a kid, and that was one of the first things that motivated me to start working out. Because I was a lean kid.
Okay.
Like if you are looking for a definition of lean, put my picture beside it.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
I was like
Wow. So how did
Yeah.
you handle it though?
Fortunately for me, I had people who were defending me. Like I had bodyguards, pseudo bodyguards.
Okay.
In secondary school. The car
Like
grammar school,
seniors or
remember?
something?
Yeah, not seniors, like my classmates.
Your classmates.
But people like were able-bodied.
Oh.
Yeah, bigger
So that
guys.
you
And
used
it
to
was
get
an
beat
all-boys
up?
school.
You used to get beat up. Or just
Fortunately for
playing
me, I
with-
didn't get that close. You know that kid that's always escaping being beaten, like you're
Yeah.
very close, you're this close. And it kind of led to me being slightly mischievous. I was very sweet and everything, but slightly mischievous, because I was building up on that confidence. I got people who have my back, So,
It's very worrisome because kids learn it from somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm a believer that children are blank slates. There are different theories in psychology that talk about children, right? They say there's a theory that says kids are not blank slates. There are certain things that are already inbuilt, like a child knowing how to suck breasts, for instance. You don't teach them that. They just know to do it. But then on the other hand, it's like a child is completely innocent, clueless. It's what you put in the child that the child produces.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's worrisome because the child is also a victim. What the child is being exposed to at home and then coming to come and replay with his
Yes.
friends, his fellow, students as well. So it's very, very disturbing when I see children bullying other children.
Yeah.
Have you spoken to or come across any of your bullies now that you're older? Because I want to find out if bullies do change.
That's a very good question.
very, very good question. No, I don't think
Absolutely.
so. Do I even remember my bullies then?
And would they change if it's not intentionally being corrected? Do they even know? There's some people who
will
don't
cor-
know.
So the real question is who will correct them? Because when you think of it, the other day I think I came across a trend. Some celebrity, some ex-Big Brother Nigeria person,
Okay.
I don't name names, was accused of being a bully in secondary school.
Oh, interesting.
Female.
Huh.
I'm this close to mentioning, but no. So yeah, she was accused, and it was terrible. They came for her, and obviously her management released a statement, debunking all those rumors and all the stories and stuff like that. But so to your question, like, did they really change?
Yeah.
Do you think they really changed?
I don't
you
know
must
if
have
it's
encountered bullies in your childhood.
Absolutely. I was actually bullied in my
This
secondary
reminds me
school.
of something.
I feel like I've been bullied at two different times in my life. First was when I got into secondary school. So I got into secondary school quite late. They had already started, gone past orientation. I know with orientation, you get to form your friendship groups and all that. So here I am coming into school. Number one, I came in late. Number two, I didn't have a uniform because at that time they had run out of uniform. So I had to, wear my mufti. And at the time I was wearing my sister's clothes, right? Because when I was in secondary school, I was very voluptuous. They actually thought I was getting into SS3. That was one of the things that they used to insult me and bully me. That, what are you doing in my class? I'm not supposed to be in SS3 because I had matured very quickly.
Oh, okay.
Right? There was a point, and I kid you not, and I'm not exaggerating, that the entire set was against me for no good reason.
Why?
They just did not like me. They just did not want me around. They when they're having like lunch, I remember I would have to like maybe wait for them to finish. But I had to get into a fight one day. I think
Physical
that's how,
fight?
I promise you, that's the only fight I've ever gotten into in my life. I fought.
You fought.
I promise you, I fought. And I'm so glad that I
I'm trying to
did.
imagine if you fight in
Oh, it was ridiculous. So, scenario,
Yeah.
after lunch, because like I said, I'll
Yeah.
let them finish their lunch so that I can get a place to sit, because they always say, oh, this is this person's permanent seat. You can't sit down there. The person is coming. I said, okay, fine. All of you finish eating. When they had finished eating, there's some people that were gisting on the table. And so I came to come and eat my lunch. And then they started saying, oh, stop sitting on this person's permanent seat. I was just like, but the person is done eating.
Like, did they write your name?
Absolutely.
On the
I'm like, you're done eating. She's done eating. They now started calling her, started shouting her name in the hostel. Oh, come and see this babe. Oh, come and see this babe sitting down on your chair. Oh. So I'm just there eating. That's how this girl, who happened to be a tomboy at the time, so people usually assume that, this person is a tomboy, this person can fight. Listen, this girl comes down, she's just like, get up my seat. And I'm just like, no, I'm not going to get up your seat because you're not eating, you're done.
Yeah.
So I had finished eating, I went to the kitchen to drop my plate. But when I was coming out of the kitchen, I started hearing like some people like making noise, like a ruckus and all that, like people saying, hey, hey, hey. She's going to, all I know is that, when people say you just see red, all I know is that I beat her. And all the seniors there, they didn't want to separate. They were like, it's good.
Nice.
Let her do it.
Sorry, no. That was very.
I had to,
unconscious,
because
but I was like, nice.
but
when I did it,
watching
when
you.
I did that, they didn't dare. They did not dare to even say a word, to even insult me. And I'm glad that I did that. That was the first and the only fight that I got into. And it's one of those fights that were worth it. I had to stand up to all of them.
I'm sure it did a good number on your confidence.
Absolutely.
Afterwards.
And guess what?
To their bullies.
They're some of my best friends now.
Are you serious?
Like, we're inseparable.
Are you serious? So why did you ever have a conversation with them, like, to ask them, why were you behaving like that?
I don't even know, to be honest. I don't know if they even knew. So there was a particular person that was notorious for being, and that's the thing, kids, you can see specific traits in them. If you build on the traits, it could turn out good. She had leadership skills, because how can one person she was able to convince a group of how old were we in secondary school,
Yeah.
to stay away from someone?
Yeah.
Like, who are you to do that?
And
but
also
she
to
had
convince
that.
them to secure a permanent seat.
Absolutely. So like, she
I
was
just
able
saw
to do
this
that. If
post.
that girl is a born leader, she's a born leader. Because how were you able to do that at what age?
For her.
So someone said a girl bullied me so bad at school I'd break into a sweat just seeing her. She seemed to enjoy it too. Fast forward to some years ago, we bumped into each other. Clearly, I wasn't that timid girl anymore, and I mentioned how she terrified me at school. She apologized profusely and explained that she was being abused at home, and she was a frustrated child.
Like I said, it comes from somewhere. They are also victims. These people they're children.
Yeah.
They are victims as well. So what do you even do? At the time, of course, this is your fellow mate. You're very angry. But as a parent or as an adult, what do you do?
I feel like parents should be told the consequences of such actions that are meted out by their children. That it goes as far as people taking their own lives. And if you're watching this, please, if you're ever in that spot, because we're not saying that it's peculiar to children. Adults get bullied as well.
Yes.
Even you that are watching, you're bullied. Stop it. Because a lot of people go through a lot.
The funny thing is, somebody also tweeted and said, look, if I bullied you, if you didn't like me when we were in high school, please, I'm ready to apologize genuinely.
Wow.
Because there's some people who just figured, okay, maybe I wasn't such a nice person. Because some of them don't see anything wrong in what they're doing, especially if they're not called out or they're not spoken to.
Absolutely.
Nobody challenges them. Nobody actually sits them down.
Corrects it.
So they think it's just normal. And some people is like, oh, when I was a junior, seniors bullied me, so I believe I have to bully juniors.
Yes.
Some of them is not even about home. It's just about, they think it's a rite of passage.
Yeah.
So do you think... No, I like the fact I'm asking questions. So do you think the school system, Nigerian education system, enables that?
Yes, I do.
Not anymore. Things have changed
Yeah, I know
in
why
this
I'm
day
asking
and
that
age.
question. So you have these JSS classes, you have these SS classes.
Yes.
I know how I looked forward to finishing JSS 3, so I can enter senior secondary.
Yes, nah.
So that I can wear trousers, because
Yeah.
then there was this segregation.
Yeah, you wear
that
shorts,
have
you
to
wear trousers. Yeah.
So that you can send your juniors.
See, they don't burn you out to be late.
Ah, my days.
And that's a form of bullying.
It is a form of bullying.
Because you'll be looking out for people that are going to whip.
Yeah.
I remember when I first got into boarding school, like I told you, I got there late. So, and the way this school is, it's supposed to be an Ajabota school. And I was happy because the stories that my sisters told me going to like a federal secondary school, I was like, God, I don't want to go through that. So I went to a private school, very good school. So I assumed things are going to be different. So that's how I was on my bed, on my bunk bed. They came back from school and they saw me, oh, who's this new girl, asking me questions and all that. And so I'm just sitting on my bed, quiet and all that. I just heard a senior tell another girl who happens to be my set, go and get me 2 buckets of water. Do you know what I did? I just burst into tears. They were asking me, what's wrong? Are you okay? Are you missing home? I couldn't explain to them. Because when I saw that, I feel like that was like an eye-opener for me. It was like a reality just setting. You don't hear it. I've entered. This is what you're going to be doing. I was so afraid. I was crying. I was just like, oh my God, oh my God.
Why I feel like the Nigerian school system enables it is that I feel like teachers don't really, in some schools, no, actually in most schools, unless it's like an Ajebota-ish school where they're all about, children development, teachers forget that they are not just there to educate the child academically. You're also supposed to shape the child's mind, because where does the child spend most time? At school.
Yeah.
The parent spends most time at work. The child spends most time at school. So yes, you should educate academically, but then there are also a lot of things that children pick up from school.
Absolutely.
And so I believe that the teachers are like pseudo parents.
No, they are.
Because these kids are there most of the time.
Absolutely.
But Nigerian teachers, a lot of them just say, we have taught you in school. Anything that happens after school hours, whether we're in boarding house, that's your business.
Yeah.
But it's only some schools who would have like some certain individuals, whether it's the matron or it's the teachers, who are actually looking at these things. If they notice there's something off, they will call a child aside.
Yes.
Who is insulting you. If they see a child acting out of place, call that one to the corner, talk to them, and all of that. But I feel like we don't do enough of that in our schools.
And I agree with that. So I've experienced both ends of the stick, where there's some teachers who genuinely did care about me and just wanting for me to actually progress one step at a time. And there were some teachers that were the bullies themselves. Yes. There's some teachers that were the bullies, and I can remember very clearly some of them using very derogatory words, making statements that you wonder, are you a teacher? Are you my fellow student who has something against me? And I can imagine how that made me feel at the time. But thankfully, I was on my way out of the school, and I could not wait to get out, because I'm just like, who are these people that are supposed to be seen as parents within the school, environment, and this is the way you are treating me. So and I do believe that some of the people who were bullies when they were younger are the ones who still bully in the workplace as well.
Yeah.
Some people don't drop their bad
believe
habits.
that.
They feel like your light sort of exposes their own incompetence, right? Sometimes I'm scared of those types of people, because I don't know. Because I'm telling you, because I don't know what you can do.
Thank you to God.
There are lots of times where I'm very clueless about office politics, but it's happening somewhere behind me. It's happening, and that's the thing. You cannot escape office politics. It's inevitable. But I thank God that a lot of times I was very clueless about it, but it just goes to show how God helped me, fought for me, carried me, progressed me to a place where there are people who are probably, gnashing their teeth and just wondering, who is this one that was an intern?
I'm God's special baby. That's who I am.
So I have to, pray about it. Absolutely, because it's scary. I won't even lie.
There's actually a part of the Bible that says that, paraphrasing, it says he confounds the wisdom of men. Like he uses the foolish things to confound the wisdom of men. So when you're thinking that you're the boss, you know it all.
Absolutely.
I pray about it and I go about my business. That's what me I do. Anybody that wants to come and try to do, I pray.
Because there are people that I'm telling you,
remember that song?
If I don't pray, Satan will make mess of me.
That's the song you know. That's what you know. That's what you know.
This girl is never to insult me.
I know prayer is the key. Prayer is the key. They can like I don't know Christian song.
This girl never to insult me. Okay on Sunday.
I know Christian song.
Thank you so much, guys.
This was so much fun.
I know.
We should definitely have you back on, but we have to ensure that we hide the drinky drinks when you come.
But what is our parting word? or words in this
okay.
case?
I would say bullying is wrong.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
As a parent, don't just leave the schoolwork and all of that to the teachers. Talk to your kids. Your kid might be bullied or might be the bully. So ensure that you raise your kids to be better human beings, because my kids are going to have to play with your kids. And I would jack any kid up that tries my child.
Yeah.
That's on God.
Because education doesn't end in the classroom, to be honest. Actually, because of
my days.
Yeah.
So I would say that parents should understand that their kids will play out exactly what they've deposited in them. Remember, the formative years of a child, 0 to 6 years old. After that, the child literally gives you back everything that you have placed in the child. And children are like foams. They soak up everything. They are easily impressionable. Do you get what I mean? So if they are being exposed to any form of violence in the home, if they are experiencing any form of neglect, these are some of the things that could lead to them seeking some form of validation outside, or seeking some form of, power. Because that's another thing with bullies. They feel like, I'm better than you, or I'm stronger, and I want to prove that. And that's one of the things that you could see in children. And if you're an adult, please, and you're still bullying, get help, because it stems from somewhere. There's some unresolved thing that you're fixated on. I don't know what it is, and eventually one day you will probably meet your match the way they met me when I was in secondary school.
Please say no to violence.
Say no to violence.
So my name is Kel.
My name is Iffy,
And my name is Valentine.
And this has been
Sip and Talk.
Clink.
Clink, clink.